health and fitness. If you've got the health and the fitness going, I think you wear a suit. But I'm probably getting a bit old for that stuff. I think I like to wear a sort of civilized English jacket. Yeah, we'll leave that to the youngsters to run around. I think we'll just do the best we can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the youngsters in the show, Arrow and Canaries and all those kind of people. Yeah, I'll just keep wearing that uniform. Well, I don't think he'll take it very well, will he, when he finds out his daughter is dead, second time round, having gone through the first mourning, grieving, and I'm sure when that day comes around, it won't be a good one for Lance. I don't think it would be for any father. But the thing is, in Arrow, you can never tell if people are really dead or not. They're sort of dead, then they come back as a ghost or a flashback, or they actually didn't drown. So, he can always hold out that last little bit of hope. Oh, she's not really dead. It's a TV show. Yes. Oh, I wish my phone was working. I saw a poster, and I was walking around town this morning. There's a Dumb and Dumber poster, so I did a selfie of me and the boys. It was extremely funny, extremely amusing. Spending the day with, I worked with Jim Carrey on another film, Christmas Story, Christmas Carol, and he's a very, very nice man, and extremely approachable and very decent, and he's quite funny as well, as it turns out, especially in the flesh. So yeah, I spent the day with those guys having a good time, and actually there was a wonderful party that evening as well, because the Hunger Games were shooting at the same time as Dumb and Dumber in Atlanta. So there was my bit of shooting took place when there was this absolutely fabulous party to go to that night. All sorts of fun and games. I offered Woody Harrelson my taxi when I left, and then he told me, well, this is my house, so I don't need one. That's the kind of night it was. Anyway, next question. Obviously, the mythology is it's classic sort of mythology, isn't it? The hero, the good guys, the bad guys, the struggles. So it definitely ticks all the classic hero mythology boxes. And I think ultimately, and obviously given that it's a DC comic book original creation, that fan base and that mythology already sort of exists too. But what I think is interesting and that gives it an edge in terms of television and the success it's experiencing there is that they take that comic book context, but they're very careful to put that family dynamic in there, and just the struggles of not just epic heroes and villain struggles, but epic family struggles. That kind of minutiae of life that they study very well and that they write very well for. And I think that's what gives it just something a little bit extra, because you get your crash bang wallop comic book, lots of action, but then the next scene can just be like the tiniest little detail between two people just trying to understand each other within the family and the secrets that are going on and relationships. So I think that's what gives it that little extra colour, if you will, and depth. No, the only time I ever studied comic books, studied them, was when I was studying directing, and somebody pointed out that comic books are a great source to study in terms of, it's a storyboard basically, isn't it? You see one storyboard after another, and there's the wide and the close-up, and they're actually great to study in that sense. So that's the only time I ever studied them, but I didn't have a clue about any of these characters before. And they come in now, they're like, oh, blah, blah's coming, and like, oh, great, I'm sure that's fabulous, everyone will love it. I haven't got a clue. And even only the other day on an episode that aired in the US, my character said the name of another character, and they call them Easter eggs, right? I had no idea. And I was just telling you guys, but you clearly know much more about it than me. And I didn't even know that my character just thrown an Easter egg in there, and the next day everyone was going, oh my God, he said Bart Allen. And I was like, oh, it was an Easter egg. I didn't even know I was saying one, So yeah, that's about as far as my knowledge and awareness of the comic book world goes. But I hear they're very nice, they're very good.